All right, so let's talk about new media. Forget social media. This is new media. This is important. All right. Again, I know that many of you are following me on LinkedIn, following me on Instagram, following me on Facebook, following Renters Warehouse's page on Facebook, following Renters Warehouse's YouTube channel, following Kevin Ortner's podcast, but many of you are not. And you're crazy. Okay? The amount of energy that we put into putting out content every day is pretty heavy, all right? We view ourselves as a media company. And I'll put it in context. Many years ago, 10 years ago, I got some traction in old media, all right? So I did 75 appearances on cable news. I was a housing commentator on cable news when I lived in New York and I could go to the studio. I got a radio show on WABC Radio in New York, which is the biggest talk station in the country. I had a Saturday morning radio show. Kevin also had a radio show. Like we were two guys doing some of the same things in different parts of the country. It's not easy doing a live radio show with call-ins, all right? But we were able to do it. It was successful. And then again, I moved to North Carolina, and that radio show wasn't generating business for me because it was a New York-based show, and my business was every place but New York. So it didn't matter. But for me, it was more about being able to demonstrate that I could do media. I could do TV, I could do radio, and I wrote a book. And so written word, video, audio, I had experience with all of it, but all of it required me to work my butt off to get my foot in the door. I don't have to do that anymore because I can light up a podcast. There is no program director to persuade. There's no time slot to pry somebody out of. There are producers on television that I had to take them to dinner and spend $500 on wine and steak to get the guy to give me one appearance. That led to the next and the next and the next. But there are a lot of people that want to go on TV, and it's very hard to get on, and you can't go on whenever you want. But I can light this video up and go on TV whenever I want because the new media doesn't have gatekeepers. Okay, there are no publishers keeping you from writing. There are no program directors keeping you from talking, and there are no producers keeping you from turning on the camera and putting on your own show. So why aren't you? All right, and the reasons why you aren't probably has a lot to do with you're not sure how to get started. It feels kind of strange. So here's the approach, okay? I want to give you an approach that I think that you might be able to adopt and start making progress on this. You don't have to set the world on fire. I've been doing content for years. Most of the time, nobody cares. But I keep doing it because if Kevin and I are successful at creating personal brands in and around this investment space, where he and I are both known and building followings, we have a competitive advantage that there's not a real estate company in this country who have executives that have personal brands. Not one. We're a media company. Change your mindset. You are a media company, or you're part of a media company, and the question for you is, are you going to be a star, or are you going to be a distributor? Or are you going to be a bystander? I should have put that on there also. Don't be a bystander. Be a star or a distributor. What do I mean by that? Star means the camera goes on you. Okay, distributor means you take the content that we all put out and just share it. Just follow my stuff, follow Kevin's stuff, follow Shay's stuff in Renters Warehouse Marketing Department. Pick the blog posts that you like, pick the videos that you like, the audios that you like, and share them with your following. And just say, hey guys, I work for this company, they're kind of cool, I like these guys, this is the guy that runs sales, this is the CEO. I want to share something with you that they put out in case you're interested in real estate investing. And just see where it goes. All right? When I say distributor, I want you to realize that in the media business, for my whole upbringing before, the new Netflix trend came along, there was broadcast stations, okay? So in New York, there were like 13 channels when I was a kid, and there were broadcast stations. They had the signals broadcasting. Then the cable companies took over, and they were the distributors. They didn't develop any content. They're just the ones that put it on my TV set. So you don't have to put the camera on. You can simply decide you're going to become a distributor and then distribute the content that you think speaks to you the most, and you have no shortage. I mean, we literally have, if we count it up, it's got to be hundreds of hours of content at this point. So, but here's the concept. Are you a star or are you a distributor? You represent your market. You are selling pieces of the country. The country is an amazing product. So if you're in Charlotte or Minneapolis or Tampa or Phoenix, whatever market, Kansas City that you're in, you represent Kansas City. So if you said to yourself, I literally sell Kansas City and I'm going to represent my product, a couple of things. First, you can start to learn the ROI of Kansas City. Like my favorite new phrase is, what's the ROI of America? The ROI of America is about 10%. 6% yield, 4% price appreciation. All right, I can back that up with the website now. You can go onto the website, you can figure out what the ROI of this neighborhood is, what the ROI of that neighborhood is, and what I want to suggest is that you talk to people about that. Recording your screen. Look for software that you can get for free or cheap that allows you to record what's on your screen. And then go on the website and go into a school district in a neighborhood in your market and look at what the ROI is and talk about it. And explain the combination of yield and price appreciation and how that makes up ROI. So this neighborhood's an 8 ROI, this neighborhood's an 11 ROI. Call me if you want to find the ROI of your neighborhood, right? You're adding value by being a financial analyst of the market. Or you could focus on the quality of life, all right? You represent the market. If people want to live there, demand for your rentals gets stronger. If people want to live there and they buy homes, the value of the properties that your owners own goes up. So demand equals ROI. Quality of life equals demand. People live in places that they like. So if it were me, I'm happy going on video. Doesn't have to be video, it can be audio, and I can write. I like video because I'm lazy. I can do video and it's done. I don't have to write anything, right? I would go to the town fair this weekend. Or anybody here, give me a show of hands if this weekend you are planning on going to the farmer's market to go shopping for vegetables and produce. Anybody? Raise your hand. Or a winery, or a restaurant, or the petting zoo, or the town fair, or the dog park. Do me a favor, turn your camera on and say, hey, I'm here at the street fair. We got some food trucks. It's pretty cool. I got a falafel right here, whatever the hell that is. And I love Kansas City because of things like this. It's beautiful weather. Friends and family are out. I see kids smiling. I saw a kid just let go of their balloon. It's floating up into the sky. It's like just America, right? It's awesome. You put that thing on social media. Start sharing the quality of life in your market by actually going. You know the principal of the school. Interview the principal of the school. You know how many people in your market would watch an interview? Hey, the first day of school is coming or just came. Hey, principal, how you doing? What'd you do this summer? Did you have a good summer? You worked your butt off getting ready? Anything exciting you want to tell people? Right? You might have 14 followers. You let him put the camera on. You say, hey, I just want to talk to you about that. Right? How's the school doing? Anything interesting happening in the school? Do you think parents in your community would like to hear this? I've never met the principal of my kid's school. I've never heard him speak. If I was able to see a 5-minute interview of him, I would watch it. And I would appreciate the person who did the interview.